does not lack ideas, nor do we lack the resources. What we sometimes lack is integrity and courage in leadership. The Africa we dream of, peaceful, prosperous, and respected, will only emerge when our governance is guided by our values and not by our interests. Turning to recent examples, it is totally unacceptable. It is totally unacceptable when an African leader, in order to stay in power, will resort to killing his or her own people. In order to stay in power, will rig an election, as if they are God's gift to their country. When you have a country with millions of people, for any leader to think they are the only ones who can be presidents is pathetic. And therefore, and my apology to those who may come from Tanzania, but I'm mentioning this because they are your neighbor, that the recent election and what transpired, the killings around that election, I for one do not recognize the person who was inaugurated as the president. She is an illegitimate president. But the sad story does not stop there. The sad story does not stop there. Recently, we saw another inauguration of a 90-something-year-old president in Cameroon. 90-something years old, who can hardly walk, but still wants to be president. We have seen in countries like Ivory Coast, and they're not the only ones, where when an opposition leader shows that they're going to be able to put up a credible challenge against an incumbent, suddenly they are charged with some crime or the other. Their parties are banned for one reason or the other, just so that an incumbent can remain in power. That is not the Africa that we want. We have a protocol in the Southern African Development Community, SADC, which is our regional body, a protocol for the conduct of free and fair elections, which is violated by a number of countries in SADC. So when Tanzania violated the protocol, I thought, no, we will turn to the SADC chairperson to come and rescue the situation. But what happened? The chairperson of SADC, who was the president of Madagascar, had run away from his own country. And he ran away with the chairmanship. That is how ridiculous the situation we find ourselves in today. And as we heard, with wars going on in Sudan, one of the worst conflicts in the world currently, in the DRC, we have military governments, and we have these geriatrics trying to be life presidents. And there are many more countries I haven't mentioned. It is setting a bad example for those young people who aspire to be our leaders in the future. So maybe taking your idea about how you lease vehicles to the government of Kenya, maybe people should be leased to become presidents. And when we see they are failing, we cancel the lease and put in someone and lease somebody else. We must therefore nurture a culture of ethics in public service, where leadership is measured not by how much one gains, but how much one can give. And to the youth of Africa, as I look across this audience today, I see the future. Young men, young women, whose energy and creativity, which we have even experienced today on this stage, will shape the destiny of this continent. You are the generation that must take Pan-Africanism beyond rhetoric and make it a lived reality. In your hands lies the power to dismantle poverty, to dismantle corruption and inequality. In your minds lies the innovation that will build industries